Hello everyone, it's Cadence, and today I will be making a sweet potato gnocchi with brown butter sage sauce and asparagus. Now, I've made a couple of these things before, not the gnocchi itself from scratch, but I've obviously made asparagus before. So this is my first experience making homemade pasta and first experience with the sauce aspect of it as well. So what I've done so far is I've prepped the surface, and here's my filming setup. But I've prepped the surface, cleaned it off because we're going to be using this to make the gnocchi on. We're going to be putting the flour on here. And then I have our ingredients. I have Irish butter, sage, minced garlic because I could not find any whole garlic, an egg, sweet potatoes, asparagus, and about a cup and 3/4 of flour. I have a pot of water boiling for the sweet potatoes, and I'm going to prep everything and then start cooking. Okay, so how I'm going to start is I've already washed the potato, but I'm going to peel it and then cut it up so we can start boiling it.
Hey guys, it's voiceover Cadence. This is the point where everybody came home and I was no longer able to do a lot of the audio for this. So right now I'm just cutting up the asparagus, prepping that, slicing it in half so it's a little thinner, cooks a little easier. And this was tedious. I'm never doing that again. There's so much asparagus and that just took forever. But I have the potatoes boiling so that they can soften so I can mash them. I'm starting on the sauce with the butter and cutting up and prepping the sage. This first sauce did not go the way that I planned. So basically I just bunched it all up, cut it up into small pieces, and added it into the pan with the butter and everything. This was also kind of tedious. There's probably better ways I could have done this, but that's okay. So now that I have the sage cut up, putting it into the butter sauce and starting to mix that around a little bit, saute it, get it infused. A little bit too long of a clip here, but that's okay. Okay, so this is where I messed up. So I have the garlic and I'm putting it in the pan, and way too early to add garlic into something like this, especially if you're trying to brown the butter because it just burnt. That's okay though. The potatoes were boiled at this point, soft, so then I'm draining them and starting to cool them off so I can make the gnocchi with it, because I don't want to just cook the egg. Smashing it up with a fork, also probably better ways to do this, but who cares at this point? There's my burnt sauce, nasty garlic, disgusting. So we're going in for round 2. Cutting up more sage, melting more butter, threw away the first sauce. After that, added in the asparagus, start sauteing that, let that get soft while we start to assemble the gnocchi. So for that, just made a well of flour and mixing up an egg, and then eventually adding in the crushed up sweet potatoes. They're cooled so the egg didn't boil or cook. That'd be disgusting.
I've never made it, so.
I haven't either. This is atrocious, but it's okay.
Yeah, I can't imagine that feels very nice.
It doesn't. And that's all over it's under my nails and great. Having so much fun. So much fun.
This is why you kept getting all the slime videos on your For You page.
Yeah, it is meant to be. Okay. No. It's getting worse. Keep it stopping. Here I am, after it had been incorporated, making it into long snakes, checking over here on the asparagus, making sure that's cooking okay. And I have my 4 logs, apparently, and I'm cutting it into about 1 inch maybe pieces. You could definitely go a little smaller, but they're the cut up pieces. And then at this point, I'm trying to form the gnocchi. Not working. I don't know how this is so easy. I can genuinely hear my Nona and her disappointment in me for this. Because it was not easy nor successful. There they are after I've kind of cut them up and reshaped them a little bit, not doing the rest of those. And then I'm dropping them into boiling water so they can cook. This only takes about like 2 to 3 minutes until they're floating and they look a bit like that. And checking over on the asparagus, it's looking good. And trying to decide what I'm gonna do next. I start adding a little bit more butter. This was a bit overkill, but you live and you learn, I guess. And now the gnocchi's all boiling and sauce is coming together, and I decided to switch up the recipe and put some half and half and some Parmesan cheese in there, kind of make a faux Alfredo. I've drained the gnocchi, it's looking okay. And I'm putting it in there to possibly crisp up a little bit. At this point, I've put in the heavy cream and the cheese, and I'm just seasoning it up a little bit with red pepper flakes, mixing it around, making sure it gets all incorporated, and there we have it. There's the finished product and voiceover.
Okay, so this is the food review. I have 2 people here with me. I'm unsure. It's probably really hot. But not about it.
Horrific texture.
Yeah.
It's just slimy.
Taste-wise, you don't have to eat another bite.
I mean, taste-wise, it's good.
And try, that's one of the gnocchi.
I mean, if you said that you were going to make it again, I probably wouldn't be thrilled, but it's pretty good. I mean, it's alright. It's alright.
How are you feeling about that?
It tastes like Oreos.
And it's pasta, so.
They like
They're Alfredo,
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah, I put some Parmesan and stuff in it, too. It's okay.
It's okay.
I do not like the ending taste.
She doesn't like the aftertaste. Do you want a piece of the asparagus?
Yes.
Asparagus?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up for the asparagus? Okay. Okay, so post-cooking review. I wasn't the hugest fan of it, and I think it could have turned out better, but I think that I also just don't really like gnocchi. I made a lot of changes to the recipe. Like, I didn't end up following the recipe entirely, but I think it turned out okay for not following a recipe and also just using what I had. The ingredients that I ended up using were mostly all like clean ingredients, not ultra processed foods. The only thing that I would consider like an ultra processed food would maybe be the minced garlic, but there was no other garlic in the store, so I didn't have any other. All in all, I think this was a successful cooking experience and definitely made me think a little bit more about the ingredients that I put into my food. Wish it turned out a little bit better though, and it wasn't such a mess.